What's up with it? What's up with it, man? It's your boy. Welcome to episode 2 of
Episode 2.
Week Off 2. Hey, we out here at the course. My first guest, man, is my boy. We
My
call him
guy.
Roster Woods,
Hell
aka
yeah.
Steve.
Oh yeah.
How you doing, bro?
I'm good, man. I'm
You
good.
good? You good?
I'm really excited about what you're doing with this week off too. Also, like I said, man, we needed something like this.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. You know, like I said, it's a lot of us that play, especially a lot of us that grew up together. Like we find out, we get older, we play, man.
Real spit,
You know.
like,
So started off, man. Basically, what initially attracted you to golf, and how did you start playing?
well, like initially it was me seeing you a Facebook post years. I mean, like I want to say like maybe 2000 and like 2009, 2010. It was before I started playing golf for sure. But I seen you out there on the golf course with one of your coaches. Like I don't know if it was from high school or from college, like, but I know it was one of your coaches. But I said, man, that looked fun. Like it looks interesting. Like so. I mean, like that was the initial start, like to me even considering it. Then I had a friend of mine, this buddy of mine, I worked in the car business with named Al Arana, that took me to a driving range at Industry Hills Golf Course.
Okay.
And I hit 200 balls that day, and out of the 200 balls, I probably hit 2 good ones. But I also destroyed his 6-iron also, like by slamming it into the ground too hard.
But it kept you coming back.
The 2 balls I hit great, like, was the best feeling I had, like, like since making my babies.
Hey.
And I'm stupid, like, watch out. That was fun too. Like,
That's always fun. We know that. And that's what they say though. They say a lot of times people don't realize, people who do play, is that you could play a messed up round, but for some reason that last hole is always good. And that's what keep you coming back thinking, you know what, I got this. That last hole was great. So I get it, man. Yeah, this golf is something special, man. But anyway, so growing up, we grew up in the same area, you know what I'm saying? Growing up, what were the specific influences that contributed to you of your interest of golf?
I mean, like possibly like just living like, not too far from Chester, Washington golf course. I mean, like it's a golf course that, I mean, like us as kids, I remember like me and my team walking down Van Ness, going to Holly Park and walking down the train track and collecting golf balls.
And see, that's funny you say that, because I was gonna bring that up. We go past 365 days a year. How many times you go past Chester?
Shoot, at least 300.
At
like,
least
for
300.
Sure, like,
at least 300. And
McDonald's, Arco gas station. I'm just saying, like, this is where we went. Like, you wanted some soft serve ice cream, Arco had it. You needed McDonald's. I mean, we had to pass Chester, like,
And I've never even thought about even looking over there saying, what's going on over there? At least you was collecting balls. I ain't never even looked over there. I'm gonna dribble this basketball right past here. We going to the park. We on our way to the park. Where y'all going to the park?
We was collecting golf balls and probably had some great golf balls and like not even knowing.
Man.
I mean, as kids, of course.
Yeah, you
but
don't know.
like,
You don't know.
like,
Yeah, you don't know. Now you know with those balls. Hey, I wish you could bring some of the Tyler's balls back.
For
huh?
real,
Yeah.
like,
Got
like,
some of those now, man. That's good, man.
No, like that was definitely like, something that made me say like, like, I mean, it didn't have me like, a real interest in golf, but like, I mean, just the fact that we lived around the corner from a golf course.
Yeah, and nobody. It's crazy because we probably knew some adults at the time that probably did play golf, but nobody ever introduced it to us, man.
You know what? That's funny you say that, because like I asked my mom when I like, found an interest in golf. I said, Ma, I'm not even 6 feet tall. Like, like I said, like, what's up with the basketball and football every year? Like, for Christmas and my birthday, like, I said, why not no golf clubs? She said, boy, because you could go play basketball or football for free. You can go to your Luther house. You can go play at the park. You can go to play in the grass in the front yard, like throw a tackle. I used to see y'all out there doing. She said,
golf.
I said, Ma, thanks for the football and the basketball every year. Like, like, I mean, real spit. Like, like.
Golf is definitely, it's definitely kind of an expensive sport, so I would say too, it's a little, economical, man. Like, You live in certain areas, you ain't really playing on golf because it costs too much. A
That's
basketball, football costs $20,
and you can go anywhere and go,
anywhere
like,
and get busy, man.
We don't play sideline pop, like, you know, like in the street, like, you know, I'm just saying, like, you know, like, but I mean, me being in the position I am, like, I got my kid swinging golf clubs, cause
And that's another thing. Now that we play, we passing that on to our children. You know, I had my son swinging when he was younger. He never really took to it as a youngster, but now he's like, yeah, I'm gonna get this golf thing on, which is cool. And then because you can, hey, at one point you gotta stop playing basketball with your kid.
I mean, for real, like,
at one point, I think I raced my son a few years ago, and I probably shouldn't have done it then. You know what I'm saying?
I didn't like that outcome. Like,
you know what I'm saying?
No,
So,
I definitely understand.
So how has your love for golf evolved over time, and what aspects of the sport do you find most appealing?
Well, me going to the Torrey Pines and seeing Tiger Woods win when the year that he won the 5 tournaments, like, you know, like after his comeback, like, you know, of course after his knee surgery, but going to see professional golfers, like, you know, like, it really drawn me to the love of the game, like, you know, like, just to see, like, the swing of a professional golfer, like, you know, how far the ball goes, how high it goes, like, you know, things that we try to accomplish on driving ranges and when we go practice, of course. But I said, and then also, like, me playing golf, like, you know, like, my first chip-in birdie, like, you know, like, in Claremont at a 9-hole, like, you know, like, I mean, I was ecstatic about it. Didn't hit another par that round, but that birdie right there, it said, like, who want to play tomorrow? Like, you know, like, I mean, so just the little things that, and then at Oak Quarry, I played around and hit 163 yard. It was my 3rd shot on a par 5. No, it was an eagle, my first ever eagle. 3rd shot on a par 5, 162 yards into the wind.
And it's a lot
for
of
a hybrid, and it hit front of the green, bounce, rolled, and into the cup.
And when you say eagle, a lot of people don't know what an eagle is. Man, explain to the people what an eagle is.
Well, it's a par 5, so the object of this is making your ball into the hole within 5 shots, which means you don't go negative, like, as far as, you know, you're not killing yourself as far as the round goes. But an eagle would be the 3rd shot.
And
I mean, my 3rd shot from 162 yards.
And that's
I lost my voice that day. Like,
hey, and people go their whole life and don't have no eagle. That's how for a amateur weekend, 1-2 time a week golfer, an eagle is not common.
No, and if the 2 gentlemen I played with, I sold a car to the father, and then he brought his son out. And these dudes were great golfers. Like, they golf, like, you know, like 3 days out of the week. Like, these dudes golf. Like, and they brothers. Like, we got to get them. Like, New York, man. Like, they from New York too. But I mean, I'm out there with Mr. Robinson and his son, and these dudes, they said, man, we would have gave up our round for your shot. Like, meaning, like, instead of shooting like an 84,
that's how rare.
They would have took my 99 and took my eagle.
That's how rare it is. So growing up, you know, growing up in the neighborhood, man, when some of the homies found out you was golfing, what did they say?
Well, it's funny. Like, I had the big homie Sway. Like, I had him out on the driving range, took him to a golf course. Like, he said, man, I'll never do that again. Like, because he was whooped. Like, you know, like, I mean, you know, I gave him a club to swing outside. Like, practice your swings, skim the grass. Like, you know, like, me thinking I know what I'm talking about. But,
yeah.
And then some of the homies say, man, you going into a sport like that, no black people play. I said, what you mean? Like, why does that matter? Like, you know, like, I said, like, had some of the young homies watching me hit wiffle balls. I'm in front of my mama's house in the hood, and I'm trying to hit them across the street. I missed the ball. Then the homies see me catch one, and it goes the way that I wanted to, goes in the ear, and they all clapping for me over there, twisting it up, like, you know, drinking it up, like, you know, like, and I just said to myself, like, hey, man, y'all want to join me? Like, you know, but I mean, like, you know, some of them are like kind of like willing participants, but I haven't got nobody to get out and love it as much as I do though yet. Like, so, I mean, it was just like, you know, like a great thing, like that you just as involved as I am in it. Like, you know,
and I think I remember what the first time we played. We played
Chester, Washington.
No, Palos Verdes.
Palos Verdes.
Yeah.
The day before Father's Day.
Like,
you
came out with me and my pops, man.
Man,
and yeah.
Balls all over the place.
All over the
place,
man. But it was fun though.
We had a good time.
Fun,
like,
man.
you know,
like the fact to get out there with one of the homies you grew up with, play some golf, something you never done growing up. You know what I'm saying? And it's just experience different things, man. This golf, you know, you meet a lot of different people. You meet a lot of people on the golf course, man.
I mean, people from all facets of life. Like, you know, like you got dudes that's gangbangers. Like, believe it or not, gangbangers golf. Like, you know, like
I know a gang of gangbangers.
Like, I mean, like, you know, like
we gonna have a few on the show. Matter of fact,
we're not glorifying gangbangers, but
not
I'm
at
just
all.
saying, like,
not
you know,
at
like,
all.
I'm just saying, like, I mean, us being black people, like, you know, like we wouldn't probably anticipate, like, you know, like monster, like, you know, golfing, like, you know, like our big dads golfing, like, you know, like, I mean. These are just people that we know, like, but I'm just saying, like, I mean, I just would never imagine it, but believe it or not, like, I done played golf in certain areas and run into a dude that's full-fledged, but got into the sport because of his first job was at a golf.
A lot of rappers, and hey, I'm gonna tell you who I want to play with. CJ Mack. Hey man, we chopped it up in the mall in Vegas. We gotta go play. And Dub, get him out there, Dub. You know, we used to stay next door to each other. You know we're.
Oh yeah.
Hey, CJ, let's go get it in, man.
Hey, I want to play with y'all too. I mean, pause. Like that didn't sound right.
Yeah. So, have you encountered any challenges or barriers related to your background out here on these golf courses, like racism? Have you been places and people look at you crazy, say something to you? You know, they already. I know I've been looked at like, what is he doing out here? You know what I'm saying? So, have you ever had any of those issues?
Well, see, like most of the time when I'm out there playing golf, I'm playing with a guy that don't look like me. Like, you know, like I mean, like the person that introduced me to golf, like, you know, really, like, you know, is a Hispanic guy, like. Then I started playing with, like, you know, my car guys, which were white guys, like, you know, like Middle Eastern guys, Hispanic guys, like, you know, like, so I think, I mean, I could say personally, like, yeah, I have, like, you know, like pace of play, like, you know, Marshall's wanting to be, you know, like, you know, gathered on us, like, other than somewhere else.
Definitely had that.
And I'm asking my guys that I'm with, like, you know, like, do you encounter this without me? Now, when I first initially got into golf, I had long dreadlocks too. Like, I look more like a golfer.
That's
now.
why
Like,
that's why we call him Rasta Woods.
That's how I got the name for sure. Plus, I was smoking a lot of pot out there, but like, you know, like it ain't nothing wrong with smoking pot. Like, at least that's what they say. Like, you know, if you need to go to a doctor and get a referral, like, I'm stupid. Like, don't listen to me, guys. Like, you know, like whatever it do to make your ride fun. Like, you know, like, but I mean, like, so I mean. That's what gave me the name, like my hair, like, you know, the way I looked. And then I started encountering, like, you know, like people that appreciated to see what I was doing, because they just didn't see me out there on the golf course. Like, you know, meaning a kid with dreadlocks, like, you know, well, not a kid, I was a full grown up guys, but you're only as old as you feel, like, you know, but and then when I hit a great shot, like I noticed like that they appreciated it. They're like, oh man, like, you know, they waiting to tee off behind us, like, and I go blast the driver down there like 260 yards, like, and
now they looking crazy.
Now they saying like this dude, like I said, hey man, hit him straight, guys, like, you know, as I'm riding off, like,
all
you know,
the time, all the
like
time,
hit him straight, baby, like, you know, like, I mean, like to each his own, like, you know, like. I mean, I enjoy the game so much. I wouldn't let nothing like that deter me away from the game for sure, because it's such a fun game. Like, you know, like, I mean, I played football, I played basketball. Like, I mean, we probably encountered things like, you know, like just walking through the mall, but, you know, like this right here, like, it's just too much fun. Like anything like distract you from wanting to go do it, you know?
It has definitely taught me some patience, which I still have very little of. But
you gotta have that out here.
But I more patient, and I'm talking about being on the course, dealing with people who feel like you shouldn't be out there.
That's not
what
right.
What you doing here? Marshall's rolling up on you because it's your group. Oh, you guys need to hurry up. Hurry up. Don't you see this group right in front of us?
Right.
Well, where we gonna go?
He wants you to hit your ball on top of them, right? Like,
Where we gonna go? So if I hit the ball on them, they say something to us, and now we get into it. Now then what?
Do we point the finger at you, Mr. Marshall, or do we?
Yeah. So it happens, and you know what's funny? I tell you a story about I had went to Mississippi, and my uncle worked at a golf course down there in Jackson. And he was like, come. It was a municipal course, a public course, and he was like, come down there and play, man. And I was like, nah. I had Googled, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to play on. I looked at that course. That course ain't it.
Wow.
I was like, nah, let's go play over here at this course on right over here off the spot. I can't remember the name of it.
You did your research though and said like this is not the best place for us to go over there.
And then he told me straight up, well, we can't play there.
Wow.
And I'm like, what you mean we can't play there? Well, I said it's a country club. He was like, nah, it's not a country club. It's just that, you know, we just don't play there. I was like, you gotta be. This is in 2005.
That shouldn't be in existence still. Like
Down
for
south.
Sure. Like
Down south.
You in a whole another
Down south.
arena, baby. Like,
Down south, man. So it's it's definitely taught me some patience, not to just fly off the handle about. Because one of my biggest pet peeves is racism. Boy, racism, man. I go from 0 to 100 real quick.
hey man, like and me telling you that you wrong or you right for that, like like wouldn't be my position. But let me tell you one thing, like. And this sport right here is really not necessary. Like, anything in life is not necessary. This game right here is too fun and entertaining for that kind of rhetoric. Like, real spit. Like, I mean, like, I hope I don't sound like I'm trying to be intelligent. But I'm just saying,
hey,
like,
man, you spitting the real, man. You spitting the real, man.
No place for it here, guys. Like, let us play golf and let us have a good time, no matter where we are. Like, like.
So, what do you think we need to do to make golf more inclusive, welcoming individuals from diverse backgrounds?
Well, like, I mean, I had an idea when I first started playing golf. I wanted to go to the park in the hood, and I just wanted to have little kids hit wiffle balls, like like just. I mean, I can't be a professional in teaching you how to swing a golf club, but I mean, I know how to swing it enough to. If they even had a hunch, like, or a little. Just a little bit of a feeling of like, oh, this is fun, like like they gonna continue to swing that club every time we showed up, or every time I would show up. Like I just had a vision on indulging people.
We can do that. We can do that. We can do that. You feel me? That ain't that that vision. That's not a hard vision for us to do.
You know how people say let's go to the gym. Like like I want to go to the gym, but I'm not gonna go unless I got a partner to go with. Like like. This will make like 2 minds are greater than 1 mind. Like like
we could do that. We could do that.
Real spit.
And
like,
that's a good idea, man. That's
how many kids at the park you go out there with the wiffle balls? I'm at my son's football practice hitting wiffle balls, and while they waiting in line, they say, "Oh, your dad whacked that one, Max." Like, I mean, I'm just saying, like would those kids be inclined to say, like, let me go try that if they weren't at football practice? I think more than half of the kids would say, like, I want to go hit golf balls like your dad. Like, like.
For sure.
I mean, I might be wrong, but, like.
You would believe. The thing is just introducing it. We introduce football to our kids.
Easy call.
We introduce basketball to our kids. We introduce baseball to our kids. We introduce soccer to them. We introduce them to it.
To everything else.
Why not golf?
Hey man, like,
why not golf? You know what I'm saying?
A lot of people will say like it's the cost factor, but it don't cost you nothing to go get you a set of golf. Well, it's gonna cost you to get your set. Just like buying a football, just like buying a basketball, just like buying cones to do your drills with. But buying a golf bag for your kid from a yard sale, and then going to buy wiffle balls. And if you live in a house like with a backyard with grass, can you get the wiffle ball up over the fence with your wedge? Man, my son have competitions on stuff like this now. He been swinging the golf club since he's a baby, like, cause he watches his daddy. My son throws the football with his left hand. He writes with his left hand. He shoots a basketball with his left hand. The only thing he does right-handed is swing a golf club because of watching his daddy, like since he was a baby.
Yeah.
And you know, I got videos of my son swinging one of the plastic golf clubs like you buy at
Yeah,
Walmart.
you got to.
And he swung and boom, and he looking for his ball. I mean, he just swung and hit the ground like, but he looking for the ball like, you know, like
exposure, man.
At 3 years old, 2 years old, like, you know.
That's just like everything else, man. You expose them to negative stuff. If you get exposed to positive stuff, it's exposure.
That's it.
It's
like,
exposure.
We just got to open up the door for our kids to explore, for the world to explore, like black people too. Like, you know, like this is a game that we could do. Like, believe it or not, like, you know. I'm gonna beat Soul today, like, believe that, like, you know.
We're gonna see about that, man. We're gonna see about that.
He been practicing, like,
for sure. It's only my second round out though since my hip replacement. You know what I'm saying? So we just gonna play the little part 3. You know,
I just got off of work.
Me too.
Like, oh, we damn, like
me too.
Damn, like, yeah. It's gonna be a match
sure.
y'all gonna want to see.
For sure. We're gonna bring y'all some footage of that, man.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, so you know, to end things off. You know, as someone who loves to play and watch golf, what message would you like to share with others who may not yet be exposed to the world of golf?
Well, things that you might gather, like, you know, by indulging in golf just a little bit. I mean, if you've never been to a golf tournament, experience one, because if you're a single man or a single lady, like, you know, you've never been to a golf tournament, like, go try it, because you're going to see every facet of life there, every nationality that you could think of: Chinese, Japanese, Thai, Middle Eastern, Spaniards, Mexicans, black people. Like, you know, like we got a few of our guys in that joint. But I'm just saying, like, you're gonna find like everybody that you could possibly say, like, well, I ain't never met someone from that culture before, or I mean, it's a culture opener upper for you. Like, is that a word, opener upper for you? Like, well, like,
it's a word now.
E40, you could use it on your next album. Like, you know,
can
like,
open it as a word now.
Opener, like, yeah. I mean, like, it's definitely a door opener for people that just haven't never, you know, like, experienced it. Like, go swing a golf club and go to Top Golf, like, you know, like, go indulge, like, you know, like, instead of going bowling, guys, how about hitting Top Golf? It's the same kind of action, but just with a golf club. Like, the exposure part is like the thing that we're lacking, I believe. Like, you know, like, is us as a people, like, you know, because not everybody want to go spend to play, like, you know, like, we go spend money to do everything else, like, you know, like,
you out there buying that Gucci, that Prada, them Benz.
Go buy a good set of golf clubs.
But do what you want to do.
And then I'm gonna say this, like, it's like when I first started playing golf, like, when I could get out for 4.5 hours, like, you know, 5 hours after your 18th hole, you go to the 19th hole and have your drink and some lunch. That was my therapy. Like, you know, like, I mean, the less I used profanity on the golf course, the better I was playing. Like, you know, like, now, after, you know, swinging a golf club for almost 10 years now, like, you know, am I great? No. But do I still love the game? Yes. Like, do one shot, will it make me come back to play another round? Absolutely it will. Like, those are the things, like, you know, like, that should be more enticing than anything. Like, did he say there's one shot out of 18 holes, like, you know, like, will bring them back to play another round? Like,
you could shoot
114, like, yes.
That one shot is gonna bring you back. That one shot.
I shot a 114 on the par 57, my first ever. I hit golf balls for 3 consecutive months, meaning that I went to the driving range at least 3 times out of the week, hit 100, 200 balls, like, you know, like, which I shouldn't have been doing, like, you know, but I thought I was VJ Singh, you know. I'm like, no, you're not VJ, Steve. Like, you know, like, you're Steve. He's VJ. Like, he can hit 400 balls in a day. Like, you can't, buddy. But let me just say, I come to play Colton, par 57, and shot a 114. Now, most people want to count every stroke. I counted every stroke.
That's how you get better.
Because the next time I played Colton, I shot a 110. I was 4 shots better on a par 57. Like, now the marshal probably should have been on me. Like, you know, like, you know, like, thank God they didn't have a marshal that day. Like, you know, like, but I mean, I'm just saying, like, you know,
Yeah.
Think about that, like, and
play for sure,
man, go have
Hey,
fun
man.
with it.
Hey, man. Thanks a lot.
No, thank you for having me,
my
brother.
first
Like,
guest, bro.
nah,
And
man.
you know what it is. We go back,
man, for
We
real.
go
Like,
back.
you
know
my
what I'm
guy, man. I'm so happy you're doing this. Like, because we really need something like this for our people. Like, for sure.
I
Like,
appreciate
it ain't
you,
just
man.
about our people. It's about all people. But our people, we talking to you, like, for real. Like, I hope y'all listen.
For real. Again, I appreciate you taking your time,
My
bro.
guy,
You know what I'm
man.
saying?
I
You know what it
appreciate
is.
you. Like, what's up?
Hey, thank y'all for tuning in. If you haven't yet, subscribe, like, share, please. I gotta say thank you to our sponsor, Clear Vision Activewear.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, go pick you up some Clear Vision. Again, thank you. Hope y'all have a good one. See y'all on the next episode. Hey.
Yeah, we golf too.
Yeah,
for sure.
we golf
You
too.
know what's up.
You know what it is. Hey, tee it high and let it fly. Yeah.
See how I let it fly. Hit them straight, baby. Hey, thanks for having me, bro. I really appreciate that,
For
man.
sure,
Like,
for
we're
sure.
about to go have some fun.
Let's do it.